Alrighty, folks. So we are going to be examining the new trailer for Spider-Man No Way Home. As you can tell, I'm ecstatic to be back in the Marvel universe. It's what I love best.
Oh, look at this. This is a good one. Some suggest that Parker's powers include the male spider's ability to hypnotize females.
Stop, come on.
Yes, my spider lord.
That's not good dialogue.
Can we just stay up here all day? It is so crazy down there.
Fast cut.
That's right, folks. Spider-Man is in fact Peter Parker.
Listen, I did not kill Mysterio. The drones did.
The drones that are yours.
Does any part of you feel relieved about all this?
What do you mean?
Now that everybody knows, you don't really have to hide or lie to people.
For the record, I never wanted to lie to you. But how do you tell someone that you're Spider-Man?
You say I'm Spider-Man, typically.
Now everybody knows. But this isn't about me. This is hurting a lot of people. I've just been thinking about how to fix all of this.
Okay. Oh, he's going to go to Doctor Strange's house.
To what do I owe the pleasure?
I'm sorry to bother you, sir.
Please.
His hanging out is so weird, Doctor Strange.
I think we're beyond you calling me.
Like, I'm not sure why he just hangs out that way.
Steven.
That feels weird, but I'll allow it.
When Mysterio revealed my identity, my entire life got screwed up. I was wondering if maybe you could make it so that he never did.
Strange. Don't cast that spell. It's too dangerous. Fine. I won't.
Okay, I like his mug. Did you see his mug? His mug is funny. Did you see the mug he's carrying there? It says, "Oh, for fuck's sake." That is what the mug says.
The entire world is about to forget that Peter Parker is Spider-Man.
Wait, everyone? Can't some people still know?
That's not how the spell works.
So MJ's gonna forget about everything we've ever been through?
Stop tampering with the spell.
You could just go to her house and tell her.
Ned, he's my best
You could go to
friend.
his house and tell him.
They should really know.
Stop talking.
Uh-oh, he did a bad spell.
What just happened?
Bad stuff happened, Peter.
We tampered with the stability of space-time.
Oh, from Inception.
Multiverse is a concept about which we know.
Oh, so we're just gonna do Inception now. Oh, and now we're gonna do the scene from Solo with the train robbery.
Trying to live two different lives.
Oh, because that's from the first
longer you do
Doctor
it, the more
Strange.
dangerous it becomes.
Oh, the Green Goblin's here. Is it Willem Dafoe?
Be careful what you wish for, Parker. Hello.
Oh, it's Alfred Molina. He looks older. All right. Okay, so that stars Tom Holland, and I've been informed that it's pronounced Zendaya. And honestly, the only thing about this that I find even remotely interesting is Alfred Molina showing up at the end. That's pretty much the only thing. Although, didn't he die in the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man? So is this now, it's an alternative universe? Or did Tobey Maguire never play poker and that's actually Tobey Maguire, but he looks really young? I'm confused as to, the old Spider-Man world never happened, right? I mean, my understanding is that this was relaunched. This is an entirely different universe. So why, but we're supposed to remember that Alfred Molina is Doc Ock, but we're not supposed to remember that Peter Parker was Tobey Maguire. He no longer exists after Cider House Rules. That's a little confusing. Also, isn't that like a Green Goblin bomb that we see there? Right? Like that's thrown on there. It's like the Green Goblin. So is Willem Dafoe going to show up as well? Because I'm up for that. I'm like a little up for Willem Dafoe. He looks exactly the same. Willem Dafoe is, he's like Paul Rudd, but bad looking, right? Like Paul Rudd has been 25 for the last 30 years and Willem Dafoe has been 65 for the last 40 years. So I guess you could do that. Alfred Molina kind of looks the same. He looks like he's lost a little weight actually since his original Doc Ock days. Also, is the idea of Doctor Strange supposed to be that he's incompetent? So here's one of my big problems with all of these universes. The basic premise is that people should be good at their jobs, right? I get very ticked off at movies or TV shows where the people's chief problem is that they are very bad at their jobs. And so there was a TV show called Tehran, which was supposed to be kind of a knockoff of 24. And then there was an Israeli show called Fauda. It was kind of a knockoff of those. And the spy was like an Israeli female spy from Mossad, except she's terrible at everything. She's the worst person. Like you would fire her in a heartbeat if she were actually this bad at her job. And I get that feeling from Doctor Strange in this trailer. Like, it doesn't seem like that big, like, where's the Men in Black device? And also, why is Peter so freaked out in that trailer about MJ and his aunt and his best friend not knowing he still has a mouth and a brain connected to that face. Couldn't he just like leave directly from Doctor Strange's and go directly to their houses and be like, by the way, I'm Spider-Man? Wouldn't that solve like all the problems immediately? I don't mean to short circuit the entire plot of the film, but that's kind of weird. Also, that is a really bad excuse for rewriting the entire nature of reality, is because you're having a tough time that people know who you are. I guess at the end of the last movie, Mysterio revealed that Peter Parker is in fact Spider-Man. And so this is giving Peter Parker trouble in his teenage life. And so we are now going to rewrite all of reality to avoid his teenage problems.
Reality can be whatever I want.
I'll be honest, I am a little bit up for the Doctor Strange replacing Iron Man as Peter Parker's surrogate father figure. Like, I'm kind of up for that. Like, they killed off Iron Man for no reason in the last Avenger. Like, it was for a reason, but the only reason was the only way they can make you care about any of those characters is to kill off like one of the three people you actually care about. Right? So they just killed off Robert Downey Jr. for no reason at the end of it. Like, it didn't make any sense in the plot. They killed him off so that you could have a sad moment. And then you were mostly like, well, that wasn't as sad as I thought it was going to be. So now you have Benedict Cumberbatch, who's Doctor Strange, and he's going to be Peter Parker's surrogate father figure. And I'm up for that because I like Benedict Cumberbatch. So that's fine. But again, if the premise is he can't cast like a basic spell to make people forget that Peter Parker is in fact Spider-Man, that does call into question how successful he's going to be at fighting like universe-threatening monsters, which is what Marvel is all about. Also, I do have to say, I'm very disappointed that in this trailer, under the Academy of Motion Picture Art and Sciences new rules, I'm not sure that this actually qualifies for any of the Academy Awards because Peter is white and so is Benedict Cumberbatch. Having me critique Marvel films as a DC fanboy is kind of awkward because I can't remember the last actual Marvel movie I was excited about. I actually do like Tom Holland as an actor. I think that he's been quite good in some things. I'm not as big a Zendaya fan. I haven't seen her in many things, and what I have seen her in, I'm not like thrilled by. There are theories that Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield might show up, so it'll be all the Spider-Mans in one. There has to be a moment with the actual Spider-Man meme if they do that. Right? There have to be all three of them in their spider outfits pointing at each other. If they miss on that, that is like the greatest fail in the history of Spider-Man. They made a better version of this film, which is called Into the Spider-Verse, which is actually a terrific Spider-Man movie. Into the Spider-Verse is really good. It's like one of the best superhero movies of the last 10 years. I always feel like Spider-Man is sort of like almost minor league Ant-Man, which is really kind of putting it down.
I'm gonna put some dirt in your eye.
Like Paul Rudd is doing the kind of charming, funny routine, and Spider-Man is doing that too, but it also wants to be taken seriously in a way that Ant-Man does not. And I think the best Marvel movies are the ones that really don't take themselves seriously like at all. Like I think Thor Ragnarok is one of the best movies because Thor Ragnarok is completely unserious, whereas Thor 2 is completely serious and terrible. So final grade. Out of 5 stars, I give this trailer 3 because it's like perfectly mediocre, right? It's passable. If it's available and I have nothing better to do and my wife insists, we will watch this. Other than that, I'm like, am I wildly excited about this? I don't know how you get wildly excited about this trailer, but I guess some people will be.